Okay, welcome back. Following directly on from my previous video. Now if you missed that one, I'm in the process of stripping down this engine to replace the piston rings and hone the cylinder. In the first video we removed the fuel tank. This time around we're working on this side. We're going to remove the airbox. Now this will look a little bit differently for you because I've replaced the intake runner hose. Also, my ECU was only held on by one bolt because evidently I didn't tighten it up last time. I had it taken off. Now, it is not necessary to disconnect the ECU, and in fact, I recommend that you don't. It is possible to just pull it out of the way. So the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to liberate the wiring loom from this little harness. Now you probably don't need to go unplugging anything at this point. We're just going to make some more room. You don't even need to undo these because we're not separating the ECU from the bike. The ECU is actually held on by a metal shroud that's attached to the airbox. Now, it is a nuisance to take off for the first time. There is a bolt here, a bolt here. Let's see if I can find them all. I've only got them held in by 3 at the moment. There is one hiding back here. That's not that one. So I think 1, 2, not that one. 1, 2, 3. I feel like there's normally another one hiding back here. There is. There's normally another one hiding back there. You can just go ahead and pluck this out. That's just a solenoid. I'm pretty sure that's the tip sensor, actually. Don't quote me on that. Around the other side, we will be removing the airbox cover, but it is held in so many more places on this side too. There's supposed to be one holding it in there, and I think we're missing one right up in there too, but I have this off more often than not, so I've left it as easy as I possibly can. All right, so let's count. Oh, let's not count because I'm missing bolts anyway. There's one there, one hiding in here. So let's just get that in there. Oh, I dropped it. Now some of these airbox bolts are different lengths, so do try and keep track of where they're coming from. All right, now this should just pull away now, so we're just going to try and, there we go. I am going to cable tie this up out of the way once I finish removing this box, and I'll cable tie it up here. The first step we need to do here is to remove our airbox. Now these are captive screws, so they will not fall out, not without some encouragement. 1, 2, 3, and the other one always gets me. Where's it hiding? Right down in there. This bottom one is being a bit of a nuisance. It doesn't help that I'm using one hand to hold a GoPro. All right, sometimes this just requires a little bit of encouragement. Okay, at the moment, the tolerance is so fine that it's this is actually a battery charging cord here is getting in the way. Okay, so captive screws, they shouldn't. This is a good opportunity to inspect your sealing rubber, so long as it's not heavily cracked, it's going to do its job. So remove that, remove this, and we can see, maybe we can see in the airbox, where's my pointer? I have replaced the runner hose in there, and of course normally you would not be able to see in there because I've also removed the spark arrestor screen, which is one of the first jobs that I did. It didn't make a huge difference, but it did make the throttle feel a tiny bit more responsive. All right, so now we're going to move around to the other side, and unless I've forgotten a bolt, we should be able to wiggle this side of the airbox out through the back of the bike. So 2 more steps we're going to do here. These are things that need to come off anyway. We're going to remove the throttle linkage cover, just like so. Now this is one of those situations where it's better just to thread this screw back in there. All right, so what we need to do here is loosen our hose clamp. Now, please forgive me for these camera angles. I'm trying to give the GoPro the best view possible whilst still being able to see what I need to. Okay, so we're going to loosen that right off. Now, there is a hose here. This is your crankcase breather hose. It goes down here. Now, I've always found it easier to pluck it out from the engine side rather than the airbox side, because it is really fiddly to get in there to pluck it back in. Now, in a perfect world, I would have remembered to do this while I was over here taking the airbox cover off, but it is what it is. Just pluck it off like that. That should be the only remaining thing holding our airbox in. All right, so this is where removing the ECU shroud comes into play. All right, I want to give that a firm wiggle. It's still held on with one more bolt that I forgot to undo here. I feel like if I wasn't recording, it's a lot easier to keep track of what you need to undo. But it is an absolute bear to get this airbox out. But once it is a lot easier to get around where you need to on the frame. Now, at the moment, I've got my airbox bolts sitting in there. As I say, you will have more than that to undo because I've left at least 2 out. So this airbox is now pretty free moving. I just heard something drop, but we'll find that later. What we're going to do is pluck this off the throttle body. Now, being mindful of the wiring loom and the ECU, I'm going to try and do this one-handed. Let's pull our breather hose through. I'm going to just try and balance this on my knee again. There really is no 2 ways other than to just struggle with it and wiggle it this way, wiggle it that way. All right, that is a relieved and very oily airbox. There's more oil in there than I've ever seen, which, oh God, makes me wonder how much of that's been blowing up from the crankcase. A lot of oil that's been blowing up from the crankcase breather. With the airbox out of the way, we've suddenly got a whole lot more room to move in here. Okay, so I've just got that loosely tied up out of the way here. We don't need anything back there, but getting in here to undo the throttle body is a lot easier without the airbox in the way. Okay, so that's it for how to remove the airbox. In the next video, we will remove the throttle body. That is a short process, but there are a few things you need to watch out for, so make sure to join me on that one next.